such a momentum builder if you get it. And if you let it happen on your watch at the other end, it's a deflator. So DeAndre. Nope, and Westbrook's there again. He knifes in and says, how about that?
You better box out. You better box out. That was such an amazing clip from Russell Westbrook. That just shows you the character, the energy, just the presence Russell Westbrook brings any team, and in particular the Denver Nuggets. He has just been such a uplifting player for them with how well he has played, his energy, always bringing it. Russell Westbrook, he has proven the haters wrong. Yes, from people calling this a bad move, to ESPN giving it a D, to Kevin O'Connor calling it a complete disaster fit. Russell Westbrook has silenced the critics, and it's time the NBA apologizes to Westbrook. And, you know, you look at Westbrook, former MVP, coming off an awful playoff series with the Clippers. There was doubt about him coming to Denver, but there were people who strongly believed that it was going to work. And one of those people, he just so happens to play for the Denver Nuggets. Nikola Jokic was pushing behind the scenes to acquire Westbrook, according to DNVR's Harrison Wind. And Jokic, he saw what many missed, that Russell Westbrook, he still had a lot to offer. And Westbrook, he still isn't much of a shooting threat, but he's been one of Denver's most dependable players and a great fill-in for the injured Aaron Gordon in the starting lineup. You look at Russell Westbrook, he's coming off another big performance, helping the Nuggets without Nikola Jokic, beating the Clippers 126-103, and Westbrook 19 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds, as Russell Westbrook continues to be just such a valuable fit for this Nuggets team. Russell Westbrook as a starter, 14.3 points, 6.4 rebounds, 8.2 assists, 2.1 steals on 53.5% shooting from the field. Oh, and by the way, the Nuggets are 11-4 when he starts. In this one, guys, I'm going to be talking about Westbrook and what he has meant to this Nuggets team. Do me a solid, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. So some worried that because of Westbrook's shooting struggles and needing to have the ball in his hands, that he would not play well with the Denver Nuggets' best player, Nikola Jokic. But that has turned out to be the complete opposite. I mean, Jokic has always gotten the most out of his teammates, and that has been especially true for Westbrook. The Nuggets have outscored opponents by 11.5 points per 100 possessions with those two on the floor per PBP stats, and that has only been driven by Westbrook's playmaking and facilitating, as Westbrook has assisted Jokic more than anyone else on the team, as he is constantly looking for the big men down the floor. And Westbrook, he has been fully capable of being an offensive threat next to Jokic. He still isn't that great spot-up shooter, but he has really taken over that Bruce Brown role, a role that was very big for this Nuggets team en route to a championship. As Westbrook, he's cutting on by far a career high 8.2% of his possessions this season per NBA stats. And Westbrook, his defensive effort has been a lot better too, and he seems like a player who's been inspired on that end of the floor. Westbrook, he's been far more active in the passing lanes, he's generating a lot of steals, and he's been locked in both as a help and on-ball defender, and he's also been big on the glass as well. And this is what Michael Malone told reporters after the Nuggets beat the Thunder earlier in the season. I think defensively, he's been a rock star, and that's a guy who's really believed in Westbrook the moment they got him, is Michael Malone. And obviously, when you have a coach who believes in you, that's going to go so far in helping that player's ability. And you look at Westbrook, he's been much better because of how the Nuggets have let him lead their transition attack. They have gone up from number 16 in transition frequency last season to number 3 this season. And you see Westbrook, he is playing to his strengths. And I feel like one of the biggest things about like the narratives, oh, he's washed, he's not the player that he used to be, is Westbrook was in environments that I feel like didn't utilize him properly and didn't, you know, get the most out of his game and allow him to just be Russ. But with the Nuggets, Westbrook has been relentless in pushing the ball down the floor. He's been great at finding Jokic leaking out, or he's been able to hit the big men on multiple occasions. And Westbrook is still one of the most aggressive players when he's on the floor. And he's been able to get easy looks offensively. So Westbrook, I mean, when he's playing with such a high motor and he's been playing as well as he has, you can see why. It's just been an unbelievable fit, and he's found a really good place for him in Denver because it's a spot that has allowed him to play to his style, play to his strength. And I feel like Westbrook is going to close out his career very, very gracefully in Denver compared to any other destination. So Westbrook, he's in a winning environment. He's playing to his strengths. He's having really good averages as a starter. And it's going to be interesting to see if they keep him in the starting lineup. But Russell Westbrook, he has been all the Nuggets could have hoped for once they made the move for him in the offseason. Guys, before I continue on with this video, I do want to talk about today's video sponsor, BetUS. BetUS is an awesome sports book. I've been using them all season long. If you want to bet on the NBA or even the NFL playoffs this weekend, you can get on the action. BetUS are currently offering a 150% bonus on your first deposit and a 125% bonus on your second and third deposit up to $2,000 with the code YouTube150. I love the energy that Russ plays with, and really, when I look at Russ, I see a player who's rejuvenated himself. I did a separate video on this the other day. I see a player that looks happy again, looks confident in his ability again, a player who is really comfortable where he's at. And Westbrook, like, there was so much slander coming his way about how, you know, certain players were better than him and how he was a cancer to teams and how he wasn't the same guy. But you look at his numbers since Christmas, 14.6 points, 6.9 rebounds, 7.3 assists, shooting at 61%. That's his true shooting percentage. And the most underrated part of his stats since Christmas, holding opponents to 29.4% from three. So you can't tell me that Russell Westbrook is not rejuvenated. You can't tell me this is not a Russell Westbrook who has come back to life, a resurrected Russell Westbrook, if you will. And you need the right environment to maximize a guy's worth. And we are seeing that right now with Westbrook and Denver. Russell Westbrook is one of the most valuable players in the league, and I hated how that narrative got disrupted with his previous failed stints. And the most impressive part is that Denver, they were able to pick up the victory without Jokic. And Westbrook, he had to step up in a big way. And you're looking at his numbers, 19, 6, and 8 on 50% shooting. That is a guy who's directly helping his team win. They do not win that game against the Clippers if he doesn't put up that stat line. And really, he had a better game than James Harden, a guy he used to play with. So Russell Westbrook has been fun to watch. It's been great to see him get his second wind, if you will, in the later stages of his career with this Denver Nuggets team. And I always said it from when they made the move for Russ. I was a big fan of it, and I said this is going to be Russell Westbrook's best chance to win a championship. And Russ could be that guy who gets his team over the top come playoff time. It may sound crazy to some, but that's the type of impact he has on this team right now. Guys, let me know your thoughts when it comes to Russell Westbrook. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and once again, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. That is it for me. It's Luke signing off. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you all again in the next one.